Coming up next on Let's Refresh with Apostle Stephen A. Davis.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know what pushed you up in here. I don't know what made you listen to me today, but I do know this. Ain't no need of you hating them. You might as well go ahead and thank them, because you wouldn't be where you are if something didn't push you over into that place. Somebody say push. Complete or mature love will remove fear. How do you get fear out? Drench them with oil. No, that's not how you get fear out. Keep them on the altar 24 hours. That's not how you get rid of fear. You get rid of fear by having complete or mature love. That's how you evict fear. No wonder fear is still living with so many people. The way you relieve yourself of the enemy of the project that you have is that you mature. You become complete in love so that your hate and your fear doesn't cancel your project. Just stay along with me here. I'll teach you something. The reason you're having that uprising is because you have a project that the enemy, who is strategic, knows the only reason he can stop a godly project is to get you over into fear. And the way we get you into fear is that we bring somebody that into your life that starts to cause some difficulties. You always got to know when you got a lot on the line, and I always have a lot on the line. There's going to be something, some unemployed individual who comes into your life to bring disturbances so it can derail your faith. So it gets you to operate in a certain feeling of being threatened by them. Okay. Oh, I'm teaching today. So I need my love to be, I need it to be complete. I need it to be mature. I need fulfillment in my love. Because if I don't have it, what God said to me won't come to pass, not because of him, but because of my emotional devastation. And you can't tell me this don't work, because I've been working it. I've been working this for years. I've been working this for a whole lot of years. And it's always at that critical moment of elevation and a critical moment of accessing your dreams that some crazy start going on through a crazy person. And you have a tendency to try to use your mind to try to figure out why they're operating like they are. Well, I always heard an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So they got too much time on their hands, so they want to be a problem to you. Because if they were busy, they wouldn't know what you were doing. If they know that much about what you're doing, they're not busy, which means their minds are open, which means the devil is looking for a cockpit and he found one. Faith finds its expression through love. But faith working through love. Faith working through love. So if faith is going to be expressed, faith has to find its expression through love. In order for darkness to stop God's expression of faith through us, it has to hinder our love walk. So the expression of God that comes to the real church is hindered when we're now in fear because of our low level of love walk. I'm a strategist. That's how my mind operates, okay? If I see a problem, my mind goes into operation. How do I solve this problem? I'm a problem solver. Leaders, real leaders are problem solvers. You obtain more value when you solve a problem than you do when you create one. So I wanted value, so I believe in solving problems. I am called to the church first. And because I'm called to the church first, I have to solve problems in the church. I'm anointed to solve problems in the church. And that's why my mind operates the way it does. I'm not going to rebuke the way my mind operates. I'm going to use it because what it does, it advances the church. So Satan has to stop the expression of God in the earth. What he has to do, he has to get some of us on board and hinder our love walk. He has to get somebody to come into your life that you had some level of respect for, because people you don't have respect for can't hurt your feelings that bad. It has to be somebody that you've given a certain level of rank and access in order for it to damage you like that. So he finds someone. He's very strategic, Ed. He's very strategic. He's not going to get somebody that's on television. They on television. They can't make you that angry like that. You don't even know them. They're on social media. Who they talking to? You don't even know them like that. He has to strategically find someone that you have given certain levels of access to, certain levels of trust to, and then begin to alter their perspective of you to the point that they become an opposition to you, which means an opposition is an enemy. I don't care who it is. Whatever opposes your God-ordained vision or destiny is an enemy if it's opposing you. So therefore, if it's an opposer, I know we like to say they're the same blood as we are, and they came from the same mother as we came from, and we don't consider them to be an enemy, but what we don't understand is how much purpose is within us, and it will cause a Cain to want to kill an Abel. See, I just read my Bible. I just read my Bible. As long as Cain was doing what he was doing and Abel never stepped out and done more, then it was no problem. But it was when Abel started doing more. Somebody say more. It was when Abel started doing more that Cain got this little thing going on the inside of him. And then God said, Cain didn't say sin lies at the door, but God said sin lies at the door. So he's now, you don't never know what's going through anybody's mind. Now he's now entertaining things in his own head. He needs some counseling, but he's not willing to lower himself to get it. So he finds himself in a condition and now becomes the opposition to his brother. And because he has no restraints, he is not willing to listen to Adam, because Adam is the one who put us in this condition. So he won't listen to Adam, so he takes it upon himself to believe that all of his thinking is his own. To believe that he is not influenced by something that's foreign. Anytime you start thinking about hurting your brother, it's something wrong with you. Anytime you lift your hands of what's like you, there's something wrong with you. So this thing happened, and it only happened because his love walk was not intact. So now he's in fear, and he sees Abel as competition or a threat. Fear has this way of causing you to see Judah as a threat. Fear has a way of causing you to see the Edmonds as a threat. Fear has a way of causing you to see myself and Lady Davis as a threat, as if there's not enough success to go around. See, when you start entertaining demons, you think this is the only communion cup in the house. So when you start entertaining crazy stuff, you think this is the only platform that exists in America. Because that stuff is birthed out of fear. It wants to make you think something that's not valid, that's not true, that needs accountability. When you start acting weird like that, it's because you've been entertaining fear so long now that it's damaged your love walk, and you're trying to muster up faith, and faith has a hard time sitting under your fear. Unlike this, if they get a car, you got the finances, go get you one. Don't get mad at theirs. That car didn't do anything for you, against you. It's just driving them to their destination. Get you one, it'll drive you to your destination. Don't get upset about their house. Get you one. Live in it too. Have a great family. Have you about 12 kids if you want to, but get you one. There's enough of them around. See, there's so much of this stuff around, but fear will make you think this is the only place. If I don't use the apostle microphone, we won't be able to amplify your voice. You don't need my microphone. Look at all those microphones over there. But see, those spirits will start to make you feel like there's opposition and everybody's trying to get you. Everybody don't even know you exist yet. That's fear talking because your love walk is low. Anytime your love walks low, fear starts talking like that. See, I just don't want what God has for me hindered. Listen, I'm not competing with you. I'm not competing with any preacher. I'm not competing with any business person. No. Because my stuff is my stuff, and I believe that. I believe if you're living in my house, eventually you're going to get tired of it and move out, I'll move in. I am not afraid to believe, which means I'm not going to use my emotions on you when I can be using them to show God and others how much I love them, because I know my time has come. See, they don't understand. When I preach the message, my time is here, I was talking about me too. I was going to get my time too. You thought you were going to shout about your time and I wasn't going to get my time. No, I was saying my time is here. Now you can bite off of the cake and it can be your time too. But when my time comes, you can't deny me my time, because I wasn't afraid to announce it was my time. So now it is my time. And you got to have enough faith to stop worrying about your critics and make an announcement that it's your time. My faith says my opposition is wasting energy because it's never going to win. My opposition, your opposition, if you believe, is never going to win. It cannot win because your assignment didn't come from some executive office or some conference room. Your assignment came from heaven. Now, unless they can go and dethrone God and wreck the conference room in heaven, I believe you're going to be okay. In fact, I believe you're going to be better than okay, because you don't have anything to worry about, because the last people in Genesis chapter 11 that tried to build a tower to heaven, they failed. And everything that's trying to overthrow what God has for you, they're about to come into confusion, so don't worry about it. See, I'm a strategist. If I stay with God, they may build tall towers, but they won't be able to do anything to interfere with what God is erecting from the earth right now. Let me help you, and I'm going to stop with these three, and I have 3 points down there I'll get to maybe on Wednesday night. But let me help you to see how strategic you have to be and how strategic God is to make sure that your faith doesn't fail. The Bible speaks of them being shipwrecked in their faith. I'm like, that should not have happened. But what happened to them while they were trying to protect their faith, they allowed their love to be insulted. So the Lord said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set you up. I'm going to set you up really right. I'm going to tell you exactly who you need to love. And if you love these people, you do not have to allow your faith to be shipwrecked. So listen, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to run you through these. You write them down. You go back and read them. There's other accounts of them because some of them are in the 4 Gospels. And much of the 4 Gospels, they're saying the same thing just from a different perspective. So 3 areas of love relationships to safeguard. In Matthew 22 and verse 39, love your neighbors as yourself. So love your neighbor as yourself. So that's one. He said, love your neighbor as yourself. Do you love yourself? Then you love your neighbor. Simple, isn't it? You love yourself? You can always tell how much people love themselves by what kind of love they release to their neighbors. If they don't love their neighbors, they don't love themselves. Stop trying to get love out of somebody that doesn't love themselves. And stop making them your prayer partner, because it ain't going to work. Because when you praying together, you need faith. When you believing for something, you need faith. And if they don't like their neighbor, they're not going to be a good partner for you. 1 John 3 and verse 11. Love one another. In that verse, love one another. Build my church. Love one another. All those who are commenting on streaming, love one another. You're protecting your faith. God says, this is what I'm going to get you. Love one another. All y'all. Red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in His sight. Love one another. Love them all. If you don't love them, you're going to be afraid. When I walk by, you're going to put your purse under your arm. You're going to start locking your doors. That's all a sign that you don't love. Luke 6 and verse 27, love your enemy. See, God's trying to set us up so our faith would never become shipwrecked. So He says, love your neighbor, love one another, and then He said, love your enemy. Because this is the one that you can really get shipwrecked on, because you'll justify hating them. Yeah, an eye for an eye. But no, if he slaps me on my cheek, I turn the other one. I was watching just the other day, and I don't know why people do this. They stand at this table, okay, and you can see it on their face. And this one over here, and he's getting ready. He's winding it up. And they got women who do this too. They're just winding it up. And all of a sudden, baby, they hear that whack, and it shakes them. But some of them come back to the table and says, it's on now. And see, that's how a lot of y'all do. You slap me, and the force you slap me back with, I am going to slap back with more force. But guess what? When I slap back, all my fingers are not going to be open. So it goes from being a slap to being punched. You slap me, I'm gonna punch you, bro. You should have prayed that I went down. You should have prayed that I never got back up. I never got another microphone. I never could have just sang another song. I should have never woke up another day. You better be glad. Your enemies are your opposition. So what's going to happen for those of you who have great destiny? Somebody say great destiny. For those of you who have great destinies, it's going to create enemies. See, my enemies, my opposition is a sign of my greatness. I used to try to figure out, why do I have this type of opposition? And then I started reading scripture, and I realized that the devil only sends great opposition to greatness. I had no idea that I was that great until I experienced opposition. So what I want you to do is I want you to love them who rip your coat, throw you in a pit, sell you into a foreign land. He said, I don't want you to like them. I want you to love them. I don't have to go out to eat with them. I don't have to have them over to my house. I don't have to ride them in my car unless they broke down. Just what if somebody you know is your opposition, that you're now on Highway 59 or Highway 20, I-20, and then you see the one that you know, I know what you've done to me. And you see them, and all of a sudden you got other people in the car, family members, and they see them as well. And you got to act like something, your phone done something. You shouldn't even be on your phone like that while you're driving. You got to act like there's something happened on your phone because you saw them, you knew their car. You knew their car because I know you know their car because so much has happened when that car was around. And now you got to act like, who is that texting me? By the time you pass him and all your children looking back, hey, mom, dad, are y'all going to stop for Cliff? Because they really don't know how much impact that it's had on your life. So they looking around, look, their kids are out trying to help them change the flat on the car. Are we going to go back? Are we going to help them? You said, no, I didn't see them. That's not them. That ain't even the same color. See, you start making all those type of excuses. Why? Because you know they've been your enemy, but next time, the next exit, you getting off. You turning around. You coming back. You're not picking up a stranger. You're picking up your enemy. See, because I don't need my faith to fail when I reach my destination. So if I have to stop for a little while and show them I don't hate you even though I know what you've done. And I ain't even going to say that. What can I do? How can I serve you? How can I make life better for you? What can I do? Can I call somebody? I believe I know how to take a lug off, so can I do that for you? What can I do to make life better for you? Because I know you're living hell right now and ain't no need of me adding anything to it. You want to know why I preach this so well? Because I've been there, I've done that. But you want to know why I'm still so powerful in ministry? Because I walk these out. The devil was after my love walk so he can get my faith. I said, no, you're not going to have my faith, so I'm going to keep my love intact. I know it don't make sense at all, but it is God. And sometimes we're looking for sense and we miss God. I want to announce to you right now, if your love walk is low, you're missing God. There's no way to detect love and not have love. God is love. I love meeting new people. You want to know why? Because I can detect what's in them. Yeah, I can detect what's in them. So I love meeting new people, and then I can read them. And I read them real quick. You're a nice guy. I give you we'll exchange numbers because I sense something in you that is not going to be an attack on me. See, when you're creating close alliances, you don't have to know them for a long time, but you do have to sense a degree of love on the inside of them. So if you can sense love on the inside of them, you can trust them. Because what'll happen if they ever do anything wrong, they'll apologize and they'll make up for it. That's what love does. That's what love does. That's what love does. They'll make up for any deficits that are caused while you're in their company. That's how that works. So it's not going to hurt you to do these things that I'm asking you to do in these three areas. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love one another and love your enemy. Sunday, I'm sitting up there and I'm saying, thank you, enemies. Thank you for what you've done for me. I am serious. I'm sitting up there, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If they would have started a little bit more music, I would have broke out in a Holy Ghost dance. I'm like, thank you for sending me in the direction that I was supposed to go, because I was a little bit apprehensive. But since you pushed me over here, I might as well go ahead and enjoy where you pushed me into. I'm in the best day of my life. I got my girlfriend next to me, got my daughter on the side of me. We sitting here like we're a bunch of kings and priests. Oh, Lord, but somebody pushed me over there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know what pushed you up in here. I don't know what made you listen to me today, but I do know this. Ain't no need of you hating them. You might as well go ahead and thank them, because you wouldn't be where you are if something didn't push you over into that place. Somebody say push. Yeah, it didn't feel good. Yeah, I didn't like it, but it pushed me over. And see, I know when I see y'all come around here and you start streaming in week to week, I know something's pushing you. There's something distasteful. Don't hate it, baby. Celebrate it. Now I met my man of God. Now I got to my right church. Now I got to the right leadership. Now I got in my right moment, because something pushed me that I had the right to hate, but I chose to love it.
As we've come into this month, and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we know many people have suffered because of this particular issue that women and men may have. But I want you to believe in the power of prayer. There is an answer for you, and all you have to do is believe God. And we want you to know God is always your answer. So don't forget to pray and trust God, and do not allow the spirit of fear to overtake you. God bless you.
Refresh Family Church. As we worship together, remember our 5 goals: serving the needs of families, reaching the lost, equipping the saints, reaching the nations, and transferring to generations. Refresh Family Church is more than a church. To find out more, visit our website at refreshfamily.church. We'll see you next week.